Hi, my name is Victor and I am a 3D artist. Ever since I got into the digital art world, I've loved creating my own environments with an Unreal Engine and 3D modeling using Maya and Blender. On a side note, I also love to play Magic the Gathering, an expensive card game with beautiful 2D art. In today's video, I'm going to create my own original Magic the Gathering card, using Maya and Blender. The reason why I am doing this is to see if I can fool my friends into thinking it being a real card. Some of my friends are casual Magic players, who I think will be easy to fool, while some of them have a lot of knowledge within Magic the Gathering world. Find out how it'll go at the end of the video. Before I start modeling, there are two things I need to do. First, I need to know what kind of card I'll make. Second is to decide the atmosphere that'll surround the art and the text describing it. For the type of card, I decided to make a sword artifact equipment. Magic the Gathering has many different kind of swords within their universe, so adding a new one wouldn't be too surprising. For the atmosphere, I decided to use the Phyrexian plane, which in short term is a corrupting place within the Magic the Gathering universe. Alright, let's get started. To start off, I needed to get some references for the sword. I decided to go with this fantasy style since normal medieval swords don't include strange curvature or holes within the sword. After I was done modeling it, I smoothed it and UV'd it. Now it's ready to get to the sculpting treatment. I wanted to carve into the sword this text that said, "All will be one," in Phyrexian, which is a common phrase used within the lore of magic. Should be easy. Just copy-paste this text from Google to Photoshop and make an alpha out of it, and Oh, it doesn't seem to work. Well, if everything was easy, I'd be out of a job. Which I am. Please hire me. So, after tracing this low quality text that I just screenshotted on Google into Photoshop, the alpha is finally ready to be inserted in ZBrush. After importing in the sword and increasing its divisions to 3 million words, I imported in the text alpha and laid it onto the sword. Time to decimate it and export it as an FPX. Nothing could go wrong, right? It all went wrong. The text came out great, but it left behind some artifact trail on the letters that made the letters look just so stretched. After some thinking, I decided to skip the decimation. Just keep in mind, I do not suggest this because it will tank your computer. And then after that, I exported it with 3 million words, which came out looking very nice. Now it's time to take both of these assets into Marmoset and bake the high poly mesh onto the low poly mesh. After waiting a few minutes, we're done. The beautiful looking details of the text has been transferred onto the low poly sword. I decided to go with this leather material on for the handle, smooth shiny metal for the crossguard and pommel. Now, for the blade itself, I wanted a more dirty scratched look, so I decided to use this dirty material from Substance, which really gave it a really good look that I was looking for. Last step was to include an emissive material and paint on the emissive part onto the letters, so that they'll glow in the scene. Now, we just have to export it for Blender format in 4K and it'll be ready for Blender. To start off, I'm going to add in a plane and scale it out. This will be the platform our sword shall be on. Add some subdivisions on it and add some bumps here and there. I used the polygon library to fetch this material for the asset. Link to the add-on will be in the description. Next up is to add some rocks for the background, so that we don't have this empty space. Polygon offers some free rocks to use, so we're gonna go ahead and use them. Lastly, we need some foliage to hide those sharp edges on the ground and fill out the scene. Luckily, we have another add-on that can help us with that, the plant library. It's a free add-on that allows for easy way to scatter high quality foliage around your scene. The link to the add-on will be in the description as well. And there we go. We have a beautiful scene that the sword can be placed in. We're done, right? No? You're right. We need to do some more things. I wanted to have the sword lie on something, like a table or an altar of some sort. Luckily, there is a card that fits these requirements. Within Magic the Gathering, there is a card called Phyrexian Altar, and I'm going to use that as my inspiration for our altar. So, after doing some quick modeling, UVing, texturing, it's ready to be put into the scene. Beautiful. Alright, now we just need to add a sky to the scene, some fog and ember particles, and then we'll be ready to render this scene. Now that it has rendered, it's time to create the card mechanics. Fair warning, by the way, I'm about to do something that is a big no-no within the artistic world. I'm going to use AI. I'll be using ChatGPT to generate some cool new abilities for the sword and also give it a unique name, since I'm just not clever enough to create my own ability. After regenerating the same prompt about a dozen times, I finally was satisfied with the abilities and the name for the card. I used MTG.design to create the border and text for the card, since it is rather difficult to find the same font that Wizards of the Coast uses for their cards. Now that we have a PNG of the card template, we just have to put it into Photoshop and lay the rendered pic onto the card. I decided to put some filters on the image since it looked like it didn't fit the Magic art style. There we go. Looks a lot better. And presto, it's ready. Before I unveil my friend's responses, I'm going to show what the full render looks like after tweaking it a little in After Effects. And here it is. Enjoy. And there you have it, the final look of the sword within Blender. This project in itself took around 12 hours to make, so within that time limit, I'm rather happy with the results. Now, for the results regarding my friends' reactions. I asked 6 of them what they thought about the card. Of the 6 friends I asked, all of them seemed to believe it to be real. I don't blame them, however, since the text, border, logo, and name seem convincing. The only thing that would ruin my plans would be the artist name, which is my own name, and the art itself. since I wasn't really confident about it being Magic the Gathering enough. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it, and make sure to check out some of my other videos. See ya!